Alyson, real pleasure to be sitting with you ahead of the Great North Run tomorrow. Before we get into that and how you prepared for that, I noticed when I was doing the research that you had a really good 2015. There was some pretty positive moments, some personal bests. I want to know what preceded all of that goodness and what brought you into the shape that helped you to put down some of those marks.
Yeah, I think the big kind of catalyst to it all was a very disappointing run at Edinburgh Cross Country. And kind of, it was one of those where you get the phone call to say, would you like to represent Great Britain? And it's very hard to say no. But in reality, and now looking back, I really should have said no. And I went out there and I had an absolutely shambolic run. I was dead last by miles. And I came away from that and thought, that's it, I've had enough of the sport, I'm at an all-time low, I'm not going to get any better. But then I went off to Kenya on a training camp, thought I'd give it one last chance. Got talking to Paula Radcliffe and she kind of just helped build us up, we ran together a lot and she just improved, built on my confidence and got us believing in myself again. And I came back and I ran a 10k PB, which was since annulled because the course was short. But it gave us that confidence that I could still improve. So from there, it just kind of snowballed. I got some good training in over the summer, went away to Fontenoy, again working with Paula, doing lots of runs with her, she was coming in, jumping in on and pacing us on track sessions, and we knew I was in really good form. And then we decided to target Berlin Marathon, try and run a fast marathon time. And in the lead up to that, I was going to come back from Fontenoy and do a local 10k down in Middlesbrough, just a bit of an indication to see where I am. And I went out there and ran 32:17, and 27 would have been impressive.
Would have been out of this world.
So I ran 32:17 and it shocked us in a way because I knew I was in good shape but not that good a shape, and I'd had a tough kind of week before that. My uncle had died suddenly. And then going into Berlin, I was on a high. I knew I was fit, I knew I was ready, and a few days beforehand we got the news that my granddad had cancer. So thankfully, I went to Berlin, I managed to hold it all together mentally. I ran the PB, I ran the Olympic qualifying time, which I wanted. And then 3 months later, my granddad passed away. But again, that was another catalyst to go out there and make sure I made that team for the games.
So you took the negative and turned it into a positive.
Yeah, he was my biggest supporter, kind of my number one fan. So, one of the last things he said to us was, I'm going to watch you in Rio from upstairs. So that was kind of, what I needed to get my teeth into it. Train for London, and I wasn't bothered about times in London. I was bothered about those top two positions. And coming into the last half mile, I was like, right, let's go for this and be British champion as well. And I got that and kind of, flung my arms in the air as I crossed the line. And it was a lifelong dream, came true, but it just meant so much more to us because of what had went on in the previous 6 months. And then, I went out to Rio, totally loved the race, enjoyed every step of it, which sometimes it's hard to enjoy a marathon, but I did. Every photo you see, I've got a smile.
I was going to say, because it was hot. There was not much shade for you guys, wasn't it?
It was so hot, I got sunburn on my bum, but...
Burn on your bum?
Those knicker shorts that ride up your bum.
I was going to say, that doesn't even happen when you're on the beach, does it? Yeah, get a burn on your bum. It sounds like a real up and down 12 months, real roller coaster emotionally, physically. But one thing I want to pick up on is adopting or being adopted by Paula Radcliffe. It's like a mentor role. How's that? You touched on it slightly, but I want to know how that's kind of,
it's pretty much a mentor role, kind of. She helps with my coaching, but she doesn't coach us. Right. She always saying to us, I'm not a coach, but obviously she knows so much about the marathon, her and Gary. And to have both of them on board, helping us out, giving us advice, and kind of keeping us on the straight and narrow, so that I don't overdo things, because I have had the tendency to do that in the past. I'm not one where I need to kick up the backside to do things. I'm the one that kind of needs pulling back from doing too much. But yeah, she's been great. We got to know each other on a training camp out in Kenya a few years back. Kind of kept in touch, and then the last 18 months we've just kind of grown the friendship as well. And it's literally, we talk about everything and anything, no holds barred. And I know I can ask her any question about, not just about running, but about kind of, more personal things around that sort of thing. And I know that she'll answer it And I know if anything's ever gone kind of wrong, she's on the end of the phone to help and support us. And there was a few times in the build up to Rio where I did have a few stressful situations, and you know, she was always there, put her arms around us, wipe my tears, and just said everything's going to be okay. And it was. So.
Good. You're a Sunderland stroller.
Yeah.
They don't breed them how they breed them up here all over the country. You're quite tough. Yeah. Weather's not really on your side. I'd imagine going to Kenya is a bit of a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
how does that aid your whole training process? I mean, people talk about going to high altitude and looking for better weather and stuff. How does it impact on you?
The main reason we go to Kenya is for the high altitude. The good weather is just an added bonus. Obviously, we're not going to go across if it was snowing and, but a northeast winter can be quite harsh, I do quite a lot of running along the quayside here in Newcastle, even though I am from Sunderland. And if you've got a wind whipping up along here, it's tough. So just getting away for a month or so into the Kenyan sunshine, kind of just getting away from general life as well, and just concentrating all on your training and your upcoming races. It is a tonic, and it's a nice relief to break up the winter. Yeah.
How do you prepare for your winter now, though? I mean, obviously you've got other races going on. It doesn't, for a lot of the sprinters and those that would have taken centre stage in Brazil, it's done. This is the Great North. For the Great North. The Great North Run is the one where they can relax and let their hair down. But it's
brings the curtain down.
Right,
but to celebrate tonight.
But for you, not so.
Not quite. So after every marathon I don't run a step for 2 weeks. So I did that in Rio. I didn't run a step. And then kind of, I'm from the northeast. I want to do the Great North Run. And I know tomorrow's not going to be fast. I'm not chasing any times or any positions. But I also know I'll get on that start line and the competitive instinct will stick in. And I'll want to beat the British girls. So, I'm going out there to enjoy it the most thing tomorrow. And, just a thank you to the region for all the support that they've given us, not just the last year and in Rio, but for the 25 years that I've been running. And kind of, there's some of the officials out there tomorrow that remember us as an under-13. Yeah. And just, it's been great for them to watch us through this whole journey and just come through. And I'm still a big supporter of the local athletics. Kind of, I got back from Rio on the Wednesday night I was down watching a local race down here sort of thing. And it surprises people, but I keep on saying to people, I'm the same me, I haven't changed just because I've been in the Olympics. I love athletics, I love the Northeast athletics, and I've gained so much from it in the years. I want to continue to support it.
What else have you got to prove in this sport? And I'm not saying to anybody in particular, maybe to yourself. What else do you want to achieve?
I still believe I can run faster, especially over the marathon distance. And my 5k PB is annoying as a little bit. I think that should be a bit faster in relation to 10k half marathon. And it's strange because obviously I've made the teams and I've kind of made a name for myself on the marathon. Mm-hmm. But the marathon's probably one of my weakest PBs. So my 10k, I think, is my best PB, 32:17. It is kind of up there, world-class road run and that. But I still think in Berlin, the build-up wasn't perfect, the race itself wasn't perfect, so I do think there's still a lot of room to improve on that.
So London next year then?
Potentially, yes. Obviously, World Championships London next year. I'd love to do those, and in order to do that, I'm going to have to do a London Marathon because it's the trials. And, this year, it was more about I had the time in the bag, I needed those positions. Next year, I'm starting afresh. I haven't got a qualifying time just yet, so it is going to be a case of let's see what we can do as well.
Once you've got the last couple of races out of the way, do you get to go away, relax, chill, holiday? What's downtime look like for Alyson Dixon?
I've had a little bit of downtime already from Rio. The last 2 weeks since I got back, I've done a bit of running because obviously I knew I had this and I don't want to make a total fool of myself tomorrow. But there's a lot of expectation. I'm trying to get that all calmed down a little bit, But then 2 weeks' time, I'm off to Disneyland Paris for a weekend, which it's also my birthday, but I've also found out that it's Disneyland half marathon that weekend.
Can't get away, can you?
But I have just been told today that I'm not allowed to run it.
Who told you that?
Well, the boss, Paula. But she's running, so why can't I?
Maybe because she don't compete anymore.
Well, I think she just wants to win.
Possibly. Look at that. Bit of fire between the two, All right, so next year's going to be busy. How long are you going to do this for, Alyson? Because at your age, you can run forever, don't get me wrong, but you're putting yourself under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. You're inviting it on. So how long will you be in that position?
I'm just going to keep on going as long as my body lets us. You know, at the minute, both the mind and the body is willing. So, yeah, I want to keep on going. I'm still running well. I'm still making teams. You know, I haven't ran any PBs this year, but this year wasn't about running fast. It was about making those games. But hopefully, yeah, I can still record PBs over the next few years. Few people have said to us, what about Tokyo? And, you know, it's another 4 years. I'd love to say yes, but at the minute, I don't want to put that kind of, you know, if I get that in my head, I will just go for it. So I'm just taking it a year at a time at the minute.
I've noticed that you haven't said no, though.
Yeah, well, you never say never.
Can go back for it, but yeah. Well, listen, it's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Good luck with tomorrow.
Thank you.
I hope you win.
I would love to. But
put it out there. Why not? Let's put it out there. We'll do as best as you can.
The top 3 bit would be nice.
There you go. There you go. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck, all right?
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
Good to talk to you.